The excellent back. Great pursuit by Jamin Davis, their leading tackler from a season ago. That's two backers in the game on this. 2nd down and 10. Dobbs back to throw. The screen for Ertz. A one-handed grab and immediate rally to the football by the Commanders defense led by Derek Forrest. Howell. Plenty of time. Stopping, throwing to the end zone for Robinson and a touchdown.
There he is, Robinson, and perfect protection. Look, you're reading the right side, going through your progressions. Nothing's open. Now watch him twist his body around to give himself a throwing motion. Little trickeration. I love what they're doing right now.
29 yards on that reverse, and now they swing it back for Connor, who gets a block from Paris Johnson. He's trying to cut it around, and finally he's run down by Montez Sweat. It's going to end up being a loss of a yard. On 3rd and 8. Dobbs over the middle, low throw broken up by Cam Curl. Keontae Ingram is the back. Second-year man out of USC bouncing off tacklers, and he's going to go for a loss. Daron Payne was the first man back there. Another 3rd and short for Washington. Howell fires, got a man. It's McLaurin, and he's inside the 40 of Arizona, but the ball came out. It's recovered by Washington. Not sure if he was down by contact. It does look like a fumble
on this roster.
Howell, another deep drop, stepping up and firing, and it is caught for a first down in the red zone. Down inside the 20 goes Cole Turner. They're showing it. They're only bringing 4. Dobbs trying to step away. You know why you only bring 4? Because you can still get to the quarterback. Montez Sweat does it there to close the drive. They're out to the 39 now. Dobbs ended up keeping that one with Rondale Moore. Beg your pardon, Keontae Ingram kept that one. And Casey Toohill was not fooled. I was fooled for a second. Andy just had the final say, is all. Howell again connects to Thomas. He gets undercut by Wallace in plus territory down to the 44-yard line. See that field goal range? That's in the comfortable range of Joey Slye. Howell. Sideline, it is caught! It's Samuel, and they get in the field goal range. And they might have enough time to run a play to the end zone now. He gets the fake and the shovel pass, and that was read perfectly by Abdullah Anderson.
Oh. They believe in the dream. They believe in the philosophy.
Now let's see if the offense can get going for Arizona. Keontae Ingram gets swallowed up. There's big Daron Payne trying to make a bigger impact. The man with the golden hands. A real good athlete. And look how this front of Washington just swallowed up the entire play call. They'll just get it off. 4-man rush. Dobbs hit as he throws. Ball is out. Commanders have it. It's Payne on top of it. It was knocked out by Sweat. See what he's dialed up against Bieniemy. 3rd down and goal. It's Howell. Stepping up. It's Howell. On the move. Tie game. Touchdown.
Well, great move by Howell here. They're running this mesh concept, so receivers from the left going to the right, vice versa. The left are going to the left going to the right. You know, out there in the open, they're going to see you.
8th Arizona penalty. Fumble on the snap. Dobbs couldn't corral it. Who's at the bottom of the pile? It looked like the Commanders were scrambling towards it. And they've got it. 90 seconds left. 2nd down and 8. Does Josh Dobbs have a playmaker out there? He pumps and he runs right into a sack, and big Jonathan Allen didn't have to do a whole lot. He just put his body in the way.
There he is right here in the slot.
Here's Dobbs looking deep for Wilson, and it's broken up by the rookie Forbes. It is Washington football.
On 3rd and 9, Howell protected well, completes. Big first down completion. He goes right back to Dotson. It's a pickup of 18, and they move the sticks. Howell goes underneath on 2nd down. This is Robinson breaking free. Inside Denver territory, all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Finally tackled by Jackson. How does Denver's offensive line handle arguably the best defensive front in the NFL? Can they keep Wilson protected? Here they come. Pocket starts to muddy, and he's buried.
And you know he knows what he's talking about, that he's putting you in a position to succeed. That in and of itself gives you confidence to play.
Wilson, this is where he's been so deadly in his career, but what pursuit. Jamin Davis. Football came loose. What's the call here? Nothing official yet. Officials are talking about it.
A fumble. The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Cody
Washington.
Barton on the recovery. Wow. Little misdirection, jet sweep. This is Samuel looking for some daylight, breaking tackles inside the 10 all the way down to the 5, and it will be 1st and goal, Commanders.
You've got to keep Sam Howell in the pocket. Don't let him extend.
4th down pass to the end zone. It is caught. Logan Thomas.
And he took a shot.
Who took a shot. Kareem Jackson. My goodness.
You could possibly get, and you're going to see Jackson launch. I know it's a bang-bang play, but you see him launch, and there is no doubt.
Howell slinging it to the end zone. Was it caught? Yes! McLaurin! Touchdown! An amazing catch by one of the stud wide receivers in the sport. Every scoring play has to be confirmed. Did he hold on to the football?
Yep. With Montez Sweat and then the 2 inside guys.
Scary. 3rd down pass. That one was it picked? It's Forbes. The officials have ruled interception. 7-yard penalty. Fresh set of downs for Washington. Robinson breaking tackles, breaking free. Robinson still going. Inside Denver territory. What a run by Robinson. Howell's been a gamer, dumps it off here. This is Gibson. Gibson's got some blockers. Gibson inside the 30. Gibson finally tackled. He picks up 36 on the catch and run, and Simmons may have saved the touchdown.
If you're Denver, you've got to keep him in the pocket.
1st and goal. Robinson, and he is in for the Washington touchdown. And the Commanders punch back yet again and have retaken the lead.
Block back. We're going to pull the backside here, and then you're going to get a beautiful surge right at the point. And Robinson, all he's got to do is just keep the legs going. Just a really nice surge right there, and there's no stopping number 8 at the goal line.
Sam Howell on the cusp of 300 yards passing in this game. 1st down and more. Robinson, and he's in. Touchdown. The Washington Commanders making their statement here in Denver. Play as a rookie. He's got 86 yards on the ground, a couple of touchdowns. And he has helped give the Commanders an 11-point lead after they were down 18 in the first half.
Cook is the starting running back on 1st down. A pass to Dalton Kincaid. slips a tackler and then gets a couple before Cameron Curl brings him down. And Josh Allen told us we have to find running lanes against that front four, and that includes me. Gabe Davis does not find a running lane here. Teron Payne on the tackle. On first down, they run it with Brian Robinson right into Jordan Poyer's arms. Gets a couple of extra out of it. And a good start on this drive. A 7-yard run for Robinson. 2nd and 3. Quick pass caught. And that should be good enough for a first down. He feels like he's talked to McDermott more just because now Sean's in those defensive meetings more than he was maybe as the head coach. Robinson, another nice run. Milano on the tackle.
The more you work on those relationships, the easier it is to work together. You're not going to like each other all the time, but you got to know each other.
2nd and 5. Howell looking for McLaurin again, and he's got it for a first down.
180, what's that?
Play fake. Howell fires over the middle. He's got a man. That's Cole Turner to the 25-yard line. A 20-yard pickup for Turner. Let's see what Ken Dorsey dials up. Pressure's coming from Washington. Allen picks it up, throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Diggs. Percy Butler nearly had an interception on the play.
The area has definitely had a new effect on this city, guys.
Yeah, we saw him pregame. He is here in the building, and Howell drops one in the bucket to Curtis Samuel.
Mistakes responded from inopportune plays, but they get one-on-one coverage, and they decide to go deep.
All right, AJ, thank you. Howell on the move on first down, throws, and it's McLaurin with already his 3rd catch for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Howell is going to load up, now spins away and picks up the first down. Still going at the 15, stays on his feet to the 10, cut back at the 5, and down right there. A big hit from Tim Settle, but a 19-yard run for Sam Howell. Allen, quick pass to Diggs, and he loses yards. 2nd down and 10. Dawson Knox lined up at the bottom of your screen. Allen looking deep. He's got a man down there. Davis, is he in? No. Very close, but they say Gabe Davis was out of bounds. Well, Sam Howell is in the shotgun. Robinson next to him, and they will run it with Robinson right up the middle. Rousseau and Floyd on the tackle after a 10-yard run. On 1st and 10, they run it with Robinson. Hits the hole hard across the 20, and Leonard Floyd is able to make the tackle after a 4-yard run for Robinson.
Their stamina has shown, especially through preseason in these first couple weeks, guys.
And AJ, they needed today on the comeback trail. Nice run by Robinson, and he's still going. Turns on the Jets, and tackled by Hyde at the 30-yard line. A 24-yard run by Robinson. They run it again, this time with Gibson. He's got some room inside the 20. Another Washington first down.
The bull rush is almost better here as opposed to the wide outside rush.
3rd and 20. Allen going to go deep for Gabe Davis. Fuller's down there, and Fuller has it. An interception for Kendall Fuller. Some attention for Fuller, who's down on the ground after the pick.
In certain situations, give him the keys and let him go wrong.
Here's Robinson, gets away from Taron Johnson, slips another tackle, turns on the Jets, and turns it upfield. All the way to the 38-yard line before Johnson comes back to make the tackle. Allen to the air, and it's batted down at the line. Teron Payne got his big paw up there, and the Washington defense comes up with a big stop. They run it with Hardy. Nowhere to go, and a good job by Emmanuel Forbes to make the tackle. 7 sacks, 5 takeaways, and 10 quarterback hits by the Buffalo defense today. Howell looking sideline, and a nice catch by Samuel was the inbounds. 51-yard attempt for Joey Sly, and his kick is good. Shutout avoided.
Run the ball pretty well when they have committed to it, but very pass heavy so far. First pass today goes to Terry McLaurin. He's got a first down and a gain of 15. From the 41-yard line, play action, one-on-one, back shoulder throw, and a great catch by Terry McLaurin, going up against Josh Jobe for 14 more. They're going to empty it out for Sam Howell, who's got his tight end Logan Thomas back. They like him in the red zone. It is a handoff to Samuel, and he can walk in. Jet sweep for a touchdown, capping a 14-play drive.
You got to move when you see that jet motion coming. Keep your leverage. Then you've got to grow together as a team. That's the process they're in right now with their pass game.
DeAndre Swift couldn't get going. And in this matchup, we've got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL against one of the best defensive lines. 175 in his first game on this field, week 2. He's got it here on a screen, and he's thrown down by Jamin Davis. Longest drive of the season to open this game. 14-play touchdown drive. And they begin drive number 2 with a run to Antonio Gibson, who weaves his way for a first down. This guy is so dangerous. Offsides penalty on the rookie Smith makes it 1st and 5. Howell to throw again. Lets it rip for Thomas, and a perfect strike makes it 1st and goal. Flag coming on top of it as Thomas got hit. 2nd and goal. Robinson. Left side, got bumped back, lowered the shoulder, lost the ball. Who's got it? And did he break the plane to begin with? And McLaurin's back on top of it. And a touchdown is signaled. The Commanders are back in front.
James Bradbury, just a great job ripping at that football.
2nd and 8. Hurts to throw. Under pressure. Chase Young gets to him and hammers him down. Former Rookie of the Year, who's finally healthy, gets his 3rd sack. Fake to Swift this time. He's open out of the backfield, and hit as he throws is Hurts. It's picked up, and it's a live ball. Now it's blown dead. Incomplete pass. The catches, and he's had a couple big ones today. Joined by a couple other tight ends here. Play action on 1st down. Hurts steps up. He's chased and pushed out by Jonathan Allen. And pushed out late, it looked like. 2nd down at the 15. Gainwell motions out, trying to open things up for Hurts up the middle, but there's nothing there, and he lost a yard. Jalen Hurts has found it as this day has gone on. They're going to run it on 3rd and 11, and a curious play call with a ball coming out. Eagles are back on top of it. Robinson again, hits the hole hard. Robinson is in! Touchdown Washington! First points of the 2nd half. A 15-yard run from Brian Robinson.
Sadiq Charles, number 77. Watch him. He's going to help on Jordan Davis with the down block. And then as a linebacker scrapes, he comes off, gets him pushed to the outside, creates that big running lane for Brian Robinson. They've had a few conversations on the field during the course of the game today.
They're down in 13. Pressure coming. It's picked up, so Hurts has time. Now directs traffic and floats one into coverage. Incomplete. Brown turned into a defender and kept Forbes from getting the pick. Howell takes off. Sam Howell runs for a 1st down. Thrown down at the 30 because it was looking like we weren't going to have any time for the Commanders. Let's see if Gibson has a chance here. He will, thanks to the taunting penalty on Brown. And Antonio Gibson, who's a dangerous return man, sets up excellent field position at the 36. Howell, one last chance. End zone, touchdown! On their last breath, it's Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson on the outside. He's going to break inside. Watch the location of this throw as he comes back to the outside. Josh Jobe leaning heavy inside. Just really, really well executed.
2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. Fields, look out, under pressure, down he goes. 21-yard line, Montez Sweat coming in. That's his 4th sack of the season. Out of the gun. On the ground. Plowing ahead. Nice run there. Brian Robinson, their leading ground gainer, picking up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
This guy has a ton of ability and plays with tremendous poise.
92 TDs in 3 years with the Tar Heels. And that should be a 1st down on a pass here to the tight end, Logan Thomas.
Edges being protected.
Play action. Caught. Cole Kmet got into the end. Loses the ball. The man who scored 2 touchdowns last week. Hit by Deron Payne, and a scramble to find out who's at the bottom of that pile.
Deron Payne retracing, and he brought that right club.
To the outside, caught, and making the tackle 2 yards shy. Curtis Samuel making the grab there. 2nd and 1. And they pick up another 1st down on a 2-yard gain here by Robinson. No wind to speak of. Treshway to put it down. And Sly's kick is perfect. Fields under pressure. And nothing, just has to keep it and eat it. And tackle to the line of scrimmage by Sweat and Young. Fields to the end zone. Action is there. It is Darnell Mooney. There's contact made. It'll be 4th down. Robinson is the back. Fake to him. Howell on the run. Howell throws to the end zone. It's caught. Thomas, touchdown, Washington. Man, they must have had a pretty good talking to each other in that locker room. It's worth it would make it a 2-possession lead if they get it to make it 27-11. So going for the deuce here.
See, Hicks initially had him covered off the line.
Howell again rolling, looking, going to keep it himself and get in there. 2-point conversion is good. Come up with a tight formation here. Fields surveys. Downey's going to go in his own territory. That time Jonathan Allen got there to get the sack.
Khari Blasingame to get somebody on the field in their place, but Khalil Herbert looks like he's doing everything to go again.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when they're on offense. Meanwhile, that pass is hauled in by Gibson. Stays in bounds, takes it to the 35-yard line. Caught inside the 5. Curtis Samuel sets up a 1st down and goal. Wide open. Touchdown, Curtis Samuel.
Blitz here puts the safety in a really tough spot. Hicks has been playing well, but see him hesitate on that outside receiver coming in. There's just no chance.
Snap a little low. Fields throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Moore, broken up there. Extra man, pressure coming, pass up to the 35-yard line, and Curtis Samuel, who scored the last touchdown. 3rd and 13, Howell throws. Can he pick up the first? A dive by Logan Thomas. See where they spot the forward progress. Howell hangs in, throws on the run, catch is made. Inside the 25 goes Terry McLaurin. Right on the money.
5 sacks this season for the Falcons defense, tied for the fewest in the NFL. Howell over the middle, and Samuel reaching back. He's got it, and he's got a 1st down. Flag is down. Howell rolling right, throws on the run to McLaurin. He's got him at the 25. So we'll see what the penalty marker is, but if it stands, it's a first down. 15 3-and-out this year for Atlanta with Jamison Crowder, the deep man, to receive the punt from Bradley Pinion. Crowder creeps up to the 27. Returnable for Crowder. Right up the middle across the 35. There he goes! Crowder beats the punter. Can he get there? He cannot! Tripped up from behind at the 10-yard line. Years ago against Baltimore, he nearly did it again.
Jamison Crowder gets vertical right away. It's the one thing that kills punt returns when you go north, east and west. Get north and south quickly. You're inside the 1-yard line. This has got to be a handoff.
It's a fake to Gibson. He walks it in for a touchdown.
Or that.
First touchdown of the season for Antonio Gibson, all set up by the 61-yard punt return from Crowder.
Show a little run action, and Sam Howell does a nice job just floating this thing up, putting it on him. This is one of the harder throws as a quarterback.
Ritter, and it's incomplete. Looking for Robinson, and Cameron Curl was right there. Howell under center on 1st and 10. Back to the air. He's got McLaurin downfield, and he makes the catch at the 8. Hit hard by A.J. Terrell, but it's 1st and goal after number 17 picks up 17. 1st and goal. Howell over the middle, caught, and touchdown for Curtis Samuel. His second receiving touchdown of the season, and the Commanders add to their lead.
The middle of the field disappears. Go to your under route, and you can see nobody left. That's too easy for a quarterback when you see space like that in the red area.
3rd and 11. Ritter pump fakes, now throws, nearly intercepted. Fuller almost had that one. Pass was intended for Scotty Miller. 3rd down and 7. Atlanta 4 for 8 in the first half. And intercepted! Fuller has it! Nobody touched him! He gets up! And Fuller is out of bounds! Kendall Fuller with his second interception of the season.
Let that go. I don't think that was intended for the outside there.
Second and 7. Howell moving the pocket right. He's got a wide open man. That's Robinson. Blockers ahead. Inside the 10. 5. Touchdown! Howell's 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders take advantage of the INT. 3rd and 3. Ritter chased by Tuhill, and he's got him! Casey Tuhill with the sack. His 2nd of the year. Because I can see the growth. And Ron Rivera talked to us about the growth of Howell as well, as Rodriguez rips off another run. Up to the 35-yard line, and a first down for Chris Rodriguez, a gain of 13 on CBS. First play of the 4th quarter, Robinson is stacked up. And he lost his helmet at the end. James Smith-Williams making the play alongside Cody Barton. Play clock at 1 again. Just barely gets it off. Ritter chucks it. Intercepted! Picked off! It is St. Juste with his first career interception, and a brutal decision by Desmond Ritter. The snap was late with 1. He throws it up, and it's going the other way. 4 straight incompletions for Ritter. Ritter in trouble, and down he goes. Casey Tuhill is having one of the best games of his young career. 4th and 8 they go with all 3 timeouts. 2:30 on the clock. Ritter over the middle, and it's broken up. Danny Johnson. Ritter on the slant, intercepted! Desmond Ritter with his 3rd interception of the game, and it's Jamin Davis with his first career INT. On first down, they do give it to Barkley, and Washington is ready for it. Jonathan Allen.
Tyree Phillips hadn't played all season. Here he is starting.
3rd down and 11. Taylor on the run, rolling right, throws on the run, batted down and incomplete. That was Quan Martin, the rookie's second-round pick, knocking that one down. 3rd and 21. Howell with time, locates Logan Thomas at the 30, hit at the 32, and down he goes, well short of the sticks. Cordell Flott on the tackle after a pickup of 14. As 3rd down and 2. Breida goes in motion. Taylor looking outside towards the sideline. Hyatt down there. One-handed catch, incomplete.
Missed opportunity to get another guy going for them.
Chris Rodriguez on the carry here. He had 4 carries a week ago in Atlanta. 4 3-and-outs and a missed field goal so far. Howell throwing on 1st down. And he's got a completion. That is Samuel who turns it up in the Brooklyn native. More than the Commanders. 63% of the time. They run it here. And Robinson push that pile forward. Still going. 4 straight plays that have resulted in a 1st down for the Giants. Taylor in trouble. And down he goes. Montez Sweat on the sack. He now has a team high 5.5 on the year. And Pringle from the goal line. Aaron Pringle to the 30 and still going. And finally tackled at the 30s.
Over the top help for cornerback room that has had a lot of issues.
Here's Barkley. And not this time. Caught by Deron Payne, the 6th-year defensive tackle out of Alabama.
Moving him outside the pocket, play action pass limits the opportunities for hits.
Throws on the run and completes it to Jahan Dotson. Chase Young is coming, and Chase Young is able to bring Taylor down. 4th sack of the year for Chase Young. Taylor in trouble, and Chase Young with his 2nd sack. Here's Robinson. Robinson cuts it up and in for a Commanders touchdown. So the Shepard fumble leads to 6 for the Commanders.
Here you have Brian Robinson just coming straight downhill. Duo block. Actually, it's inside zone. He cuts all the way back behind it.
Here's Matt Breida, and he is stuffed. Jonathan Allen makes the play. So the penalty makes it 2nd down and 20. Howell to the sideline, and that one's caught by McLaurin.
The team who can establish rhythm here in the 4th going to come away with the win.
Howell looking deep down the sideline for McLaurin, takes a big hit, and he held on, and there's the flag too. McKinney hit him. Howell lofting one down the sideline, and it is caught by McLaurin. Nobody touched him, and he walks in. Touchdown, Commanders. Are they going to say he was down?
Yeah, hand on the head right there.
Looks like McKinney did touch his helmet.
Saquon Barkley, huge 4th quarter last week too. They got to get him going and ride him in.
Just 39 yards of offense for the Giants in the 2nd half. Taylor in trouble, and down he goes. Caught by Khaleke Hudson. And that'll be his 1st NFL sack. 2nd and 4, Taylor. This is a quarterback draw and tripped up by Chase Young, who continues to make an impact today for the Commanders defense. Barkley again to the 8, and this is, well, now Washington is saying the ball came out and they fell on it. No signal yet from the officials, and now they do! Commanders football to Ron Payne at the bottom of the pile with the football!
Let's see if we get the replay. He goes into the pile, starts to go down. The question is, was the ball out before his backside?
Howell stands in there, and he locates an open man in Byron Pringle. A 1st down for the Commanders into Giants territory.
Picked up the flag, decided not to assess the penalty, marked it back up, so where it first was. And on 2nd and 3, Brian Robinson is down the sideline inside the 30 of the Eagles. In that loss to the Giants, although he did have a touchdown run. Howell Floating one for the end zone, and catch made! It's a Washington touchdown! Terry McLaurin!
Right, those short routes, those slants, those little quick overs, and there's a little double move right there. Stick on Bradbury, get over the top, got about 4 yards.
3 targets, 3 catches for McLaurin. Dotson in motion. And the dump off to Logan Thomas with a high leap. Landing it back. Quick pass in a crowd, caught inside the 30 and inside the 25 is Logan Thomas. Now throwing. Touchdown, Washington, Jahan Dotson.
Well, this is just right here, stacked in the middle of your screen. Switch release and watch Sidney Brown just drop his coverage, thinking there's a safety over the top, and there's a mental mistake in 14.
Hurts still has it and falls inside the 25-yard line. Montez Sweat, no relation to Josh Sweat. 20-yard pickup. Gainwell brought down at the 5, balls out. Looks like he got it back. There's a scramble. We'll check. Boy, it hit the ground. Cam Curl knocked it loose.
Eric Bieniemy doing a much better job of getting the quarterback the ball out of the hand of the quarterback.
Howell to throw and open to the middle of the field. And up to the 30-yard line. Jamison Crowder. Pressure on Howell. He has to unload. And does. Dotson with a catch. Jahan Dotson. And a first down for Washington. With 2 timeouts in 18 seconds. Middle of the field. He drills it. And that's Dotson. And he did hold on. From 61 yards away, Joey Sly. It's up there. It's out there. And it's through there. 61 for Sly. The quarterback keeper, call it whatever you want. Jalen Hurts. Ball's loose. Washington has it. Back of the end zone, Howland open at the 19. Jahan Dotson. First down for Washington. Hurts is on the move and brought down near the line of scrimmage. Casey Toohill chased him down. He's responded today going up against the division-leading Eagles. Firing and caught at the 21-yard line. Howell for the end zone. Hanging on is Logan Thomas for a Washington touchdown. Fired a perfect throw.
Oh, he certainly did. And you know what? He worked away from McLaurin because he saw the double team over the top of Scary Terry involved in the college game, and that's what he's talked about working on so diligently.
Got a big arm. Here it floats one, and yes, a juggling catch by Antonio Gibson.
See the head coach right there talked about their development. You have got to be encouraged with what they were able to do against the stout Philly.
What a catch by Crowder.
Are you kidding me?
And a 4th touchdown throw from Sam Howell, as you were just talking about, the young quarterback.
Man, I was waxing poetic, and I missed a great throw. I missed a great throw. Look at Crowder coming across the formation, a little stutter right there, and then just hits the front pylon, lays out, and look at Sam Howell. On the move, pressure in his face, over the top of the underneath defender, right to the pylon. But you can't run down.
Patriots won the toss. They defer. Chad Ryland will get things started. Antonio Gibson is deep for the Commanders. We are underway in Foxborough. Taken at the goal line by Gibson. Gibson out across the 25, up the sideline. And he is finally forced out of bounds by Jabril Peppers, so excellent starting field position. Howell on 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line, over the middle, complete to Brian Robinson. Must get to the 30-yard line. Howell under pressure, fires back the other way, and it's caught for a first down and more. It's Byron Pringle, the former Chief, takes it all the way out to the 49-yard line.
Down here in the red zone, top 10 in opponent's red zone TD percentage.
2nd down and 7. Robinson to the end zone, touchdown.
Brian Robinson was going to break one, and look at the burst through the hole for the touchdown.
Empty backfield on 3rd down. Jones fires, broken up. Excellent defensive play made by the rookie out of Mississippi State, Emmanuel Forbes. Thornton was the intended receiver.
180, set.
2nd down and 7, fake to Robinson. Howell throws, 1st down. Jahan Dotson.
Defense has since stepped up, and the crowd's getting into it.
3rd down and 23, following the sack. Howell across midfield. Howell stays on his feet and is close to a Commander's first down. Looks like he picked it up.
I think he got it.
Wow.
So this is great coverage by the Patriots. You see the secondary, everybody's locked up. Sam Howell has nowhere to go with the football. And then he just starts running, puts 2 hands on the football. He thought he was going to get tackled.
Howell throws on 3rd down. It is Pringle again.
Jalen Reagor has made a play that you don't really hear about much. He saves the interception from happening. That's a pass breakup for Jalen Reagor, in fact.
He turns into the defender.
He turned into the defender. That was a very nice job. He had a nice block.
180, set.
From the 45, here's Gibson.
Here it is.
Gibson running hard. Another Washington first down. It appeared as if there may have been some issues with the communication, so Brissett helping signal in the plays. 2nd down and 10. Here's Howell going deep to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Dotson. What a throw, what a catch.
There's Jahan Dotson. He has the speed. He's a first-round pick, and they've been waiting for him to really unload on these defenses. He's going against the safety.
That was what Howell scrambled for 24 yards out of Commander's first down. Howell fires downfield. McLaurin made the catch. Another 3rd and long conversion for Washington.
That's dirty. That's dirty. That was a nice route by McLaurin.
Howell on 1st down, complete. Another 1st down and more. McLaurin all the way down to the Patriots' 12.
They can play high to low, and then Juwan Bentley makes a nice tackle in the open field to force the 4th down.
Tressway lets one go from his 30. Douglas backpedals. Excellent coverage
nice
downfield by the Washington special teams.
Nice tackle.
Chris Rodriguez.
20, set.
Jones on 3rd down. Airs one out. And it's broken up. Knocked away from Stevenson. Great defensive play. 2nd down and 8. Jones over the middle. Broken up and picked off. Jortavius Martin, the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Illinois after Kendall Fuller got a piece of it. The exclamation point for a Washington Commanders victory.
He had been doing well the whole drive. Oh, right off the hands of Juju Smith-Schuster. Like that's such a hard catch for the receiver.
Washington will get the football first. Seattle won the toss and elected to defer. And the kickoff to Antonio Gibson, who will bring it back from the 5. A little stumble at the 15. Gibson on the move across the 30 and down to the 35. Excellent field position
of guys like Witherspoon, who tipped that first pass.
He's going to be all over your screen today. 21 for the Seahawks.
On second down, a little dart thrown to the 40-yard line, and good power after the catch by John Bates, who fights for the first down to the 46-yard line.
To hit his numbers other than these last couple games, look for him to be a factor.
On second down, pressure comes. Howell's in trouble, sprints out and finds Robinson down the sideline, and Robinson on the run. He's going to take it all the way for a Washington touchdown.
On the left side of your screen, he's going to enter the screen, number 33. He's going to apply the pressure. Sam Howell wants to throw right at the pressure. Can't do it. And then this little flip, this sidearm that he's been getting so good at and seems to be so comfortable with. And Forbes, the rookie out of Mississippi State, was really coming along, coming into his own. That's going to be a huge loss.
Wanted the screen, and that one almost intercepted. Nearly picked off. Smith with time, lots of time, looking for Metcalf on the sideline, and the ball's incomplete.
Poor mechanics, in my opinion.
49-yard try for Joey Sly, and the kick by Sly gives Washington a 9-3 lead with 12:06 remaining in the first half.
You know, figure out what this defense is doing and then make a call.
2nd and 4. Geno's pass batted down at the line. Smith checks it wide. Oh, he had Charbonnet on the edge, and he just missed him.
But if you get these one-on-one matchups, you got to get him the football.
3rd and 4. Four-man pressure. Smith in trouble, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen got there and dropped him at the 30-yard line.
What coach is talking about, but you run it on first down, you got to get positive yards.
Howell pressured. Mafe on the chase. Howell gets rid of it to Robinson down the sidelines. Very similar to the touchdown pass as Robinson takes it all the way to the Seattle 21.
Attack Howell. He knows I can throw this. He's almost running it like a give and go in basketball, driving the lane. And same thing happened to Mafe.
From 47, the hold is down. Plenty of leg for Sly, who was hitting from 62 in warm-ups, and he bangs this one home. But a 7th straight game with a sack. Carissa changing things up with the game breaks. And now a big hit. Planting Walker in the turf is Jamin Davis. Walker back to work and tripped up in the backfield. Excellent play by Jamin Davis.
He leaned into that again this week, saying, we define us. The media gets a shot, but we define who we are.
Well, that's what they've done today. They've tried to define it, and now a defining run, perhaps, for Brian Robinson.
To pierce this defense, a couple missed tackles there. That was an issue last week in Baltimore.
Robinson again on the ground. Finds a little opening, and another first down for Brian Robinson. From the 19 on first down. Howell with Mafe in his face, floats it to the sideline. Gibson with the catch. Gibson with a Washington touchdown.
Well, watch Sam Howell. He's going to have Gibson run this corner route out of the backfield, and they're going to run everybody off. He couldn't even finish the throw. Coming back strong.
Smith off the play fake, sets it up for his tight end Fant, and Fant is buried.
That football.
And here they go.
They're all over it. It's an absolute backbreaker for this defense.
Walker probing the right side. Nowhere to go. Down at the 5.
Don't forget your halfbacks, even in situations like this. Quick, easy completion here gets a 4th and manageable.
3rd down and 10. Howell scanning the field, throwing over the middle. It's caught at the 15. De'Ami Brown, he'll take it to the house for the touchdown.
What a play. Look at his eyes, scanning the defense. Excellent job being patient because he's been jumpy a little bit in the pocket today. You see him patting the ball 3-4 times. That just means that's more time for those underneath defenders to get deep in their deep drops. And for those two, the Tar Heel connection to find a hole like that. Are you kidding me? But all 3 of his touchdowns, Kevin, are on scrambles, broken plays, second chance plays. They start from the 25. On first down, Barkley met by Jonathan Allen in the backfield. Play on 3rd down and 10. Now DeVito on first down, in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 38-yard line, the former Giant David Mayo. 3rd down and 10. DeVito steps up, and he's brought down once again. KJ Henry, the rookie out of Clemson, makes the play.
That ball to go high, but it looks like Sam Howell made the right decision, just overthrew the football.
2nd down and 8. It's David Mayo, who had a sack earlier. So this is his 12th NFL start. Catch is made by McLaurin.
Gives the Giants offense a great opportunity.
DeVito on 1st down, wrapped up, and sacked for the 3rd time. Benjamin St-Juste.
So you look at the ranks this season, blitz percentage is high, 3 and outs high. They do a good job trying to get after the quarterback and affect the offense.
The screen to Robinson, 1st down and more, into Giants territory. Finally taken down by Jason Pinnock after a gain of 18.
180, set.
From the Giants 35. Howell's pass is caught, taken inside the 10, and down to the 4-yard line by the tight end Logan Thomas. 1st and 10, 25-yard line, already sacked 3 times, under pressure, and taken down. That's David Mayo again. Final minute, 1st quarter, 3rd down and 13. DeVito steps up, down he goes. 5 Washington sacks. This time it is Deron Payne. 2nd and goal. Howell looking, takes off. Howell spins, stays on his feet. Kept out by McKinney.
Howell couldn't see it. He didn't care. He just keeps on going.
So he was in the 1st time. We saw the signal of touchdown.
Then he was in the 2nd time.
DeVito on 2nd down, under pressure, sacked for the 6th time today. 5 in the 1st quarter. So the Commanders had an opportunity at the end of the 1st half, could not score. Now they turn it over, and it's the 7th sack of DeVito today. Casey Toohill with his 5th of the season.
They're absolutely going to have to adjust, but Sam Howell is okay after taking those big hits.
Sack number 8, Jonathan Allen.
Sunday, set.
3rd and 4. Howell under pressure from Dexter Lawrence. Looks to run for the 1st down. He's got it and more up the sideline. And finally out of bounds at the 35. 2nd down and 15. Sack number 9 for the Washington Commanders. Deron Payne in there once again, along with Jamin Davis.
180, set.
Howell handing it off. Robinson on 1st down. Turns on the Jets. Brian Robinson still on his feet. Out across the 40. 3rd down and 2. It's Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez inside the Giants 35. Howell on 4th down, gets rid of it, and the Commanders convert. Robinson inside the Giants 40, and finally wrestled out of bounds by McLeod.
And you can see by his play, he's leading them.
2nd and 6. Howell throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Jahan Dotson.
Hard route to cover. You're Deonte Banks. You can't look back at the quarterback. While you're looking back at the quarterback,
this will be the 1st time in franchise history quarterback sacked more than 8 times in a Giants win. Time winding down, and that will do it.
There, he's going to have to play outstanding for them to win today, Jim.
Well, he's going to hand it off right away, Tony, and it's Robinson with a good start.
You see him get up on the edge outside. Sorry.
Here's a 3rd and 2, and they go out of the backfield. We'll have the 1st down with Robinson racing down the sideline and finally shoved out by Gilmore.
To wait out for a 20-yard play.
Here's the 3rd and 18, and they'll set up a screen. Gibson got 4 blockers ahead of him. Gibson tries to squeeze out every inch he can. He gets to about the 43 of Dallas. Just needs some help with some blocking. Howell's got to feel like he's on an island a lot of times as he hands it off to Robinson for a gain of about 6.
You got to love guys who just play this way.
3rd and 3 as he rolls away from pressure like Romo, throws and completes it. Improvising, McLaurin has the catch and the first. He got a first down.
Yeah, I'd be excited if you're a Commanders fan, Jim.
Good pass. Going to have to go sidearm with a defender crashing in, and it's Curtis Samuel with the catch.
How to call the game for Sam, and Sam how to know what Eric's calling, and then you know the system. They're better than they were to start the year.
2nd and 4, they've got another first down with the throw to Dotson.
See the motion of CeeDee Lamb. They move him around a ton.
They go back and thrown down by Payne. Pollard gives back a couple.
It shows week in, week out.
So they got out of a 2nd and 25, and here they're going to dump it off complete to Pollard. That one wiggle, and he picks up about 6. The ball came out at the end. So a Cowboy jump in there at the end, and it's 2nd down, stays with Dallas.
You know, it's so much fun talking football. He knows that at such a high level.
3rd and 10, there was pressure on the throw, but he got it away to Samuel, who takes off for a big gain. How about Howell hanging in there with DeMarcus Lawrence heading right after him. And here come the Washington Commanders with Robinson kicking it in gear, and he's all the way to the Dallas 20 where he stood up. And the Commanders are on the board.
Look at all the guys lined up on this side. This is what Dallas does. Then someone comes inside.
Stepping away, stepping up, and launching and completing. Great play by Howell. Howell going to run an option. He's going to find the end zone for the Washington touchdown.
This was a great design play. You run outside and you give a two-way go. Parsons so fast to get over there. I mean, there's nobody within 6-7 yards. You got to get down in there and contest.
And there they, for the 2nd time, drag him down behind the line of scrimmage. Here's a 2nd and 7. And they've got him. No, look at that get away.
Oh, my
first down. Howell.
Oh, my gosh. How did he get away in that one?
Well, I told you who his favorite player was growing up. You did that a few times. That began at the 8. At the 41, moving forward with another first down to the Dallas 48.
We're going to show you stuff, just how dominant they've been against this team today, but in general, they do that.
There's a pass. Pollard, that was snuffed out right away by Cody Barton, who they got back off of IR. It's a loss of 5. And he got a 3rd and 11 down the middle. Oh, almost caught, recovered by Ferguson, but it was not. He handed off from first down, and again, they've got Pollard for the 3rd time behind the line of the loss.
It's just going to be hard, but they haven't made that leap right to ensure.
Pass on 3rd down, incomplete right at the first down mark. Leighton Vander Esch done for the year. They've had to find new parts. He's stepped up. 3rd and 17. Coming after Howell, unloads it. And it's caught just a yard short of the first by Pringle.
Do you go for this?
Well, that's a nice pass to McLaurin.
They're able just to drop back and do double moves on the outside with not hitch and goes, but like out and ups by 15-yard sail routes.
3rd and 7. Howell. That ball is caught. I believe it's deflected.
What just happened?
It was deflected off the hands of Wilson. Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
You have to. Those guys deserve it.
Yeah,
they were incredible.
Brought a lot of great memories to my youth. As that ball's run out to the 50-yard line.
3rd and 8. 4-man rush. Deep drop for Howell. Has to step away. On the move, past the sticks. Jahan Dotson held on. It is a first down past the 35-yard line to the 38. Curtis Samuel is in the backfield. He's only run the ball 4 times this year, but they like to work him out of the backfield like that. Little Texas route. You go outside the line and then come back to the middle. He makes the catch at the 44 for 5 yards.
180, set.
And off to Antonio Gibson with a nice jump cut for a first down into Miami territory. Same play. That time it's read well by Jamin Davis. Second leading tackler for this crew for a loss of 3 yards. Alec Ingold in motion. Nothing downfield for Tua, so he finds Ingold. Jamin Davis was ready for him, and another tackle for loss for the Washington linebacker. Oh, Achane, he gets blown up. Excellent job by K.J. Henry. Another 3rd and long. Tried to throw the screen for Hill. Tyreek Hill bouncing around, nowhere to go, down at the 6. That's the 4th pick 6 for Sam Howell this year to lead the NFL. Now Brian Robinson, a good first down run. Back to the ground game on 2nd and long, and Robinson gets the edge and slips through to get the first down into Dolphin territory down inside the 40-yard line. It's a nice run by Robinson as he picks up 28 yards.
Just watch Robinson. Watch his little jab step. Once he gets the outside, jab right there. Hold that defense for a split second, and then bounce to the outside and finish it with power.
Second target for McLaurin. Still looking for that first catch. Howell floats it deep. Got a man. It's caught. It's Samuel. It is out of bounds at the 1.
180, set.
It's Sam Howell getting a little push. Who knows if this play will be around come next season in the NFL, but while it's available to you, why not try it? Trey Blake trying to sort it all out, and you get a touchdown ruling for Sam Howell.
Not quite sure why it took that long to call a touchdown. Guess they had to unpile all those bodies on top of Howell.
Howell, nothing downfield, spins away. Still looking, finds Samuel. Toss play, Mostert. That Armstead and Ingold trying to block. Nice job by Casey Toohill. Now look at all the white jerseys there. Now it's Tyreek Hill playing backyard football. Chased by Martin and company, and that ends up being a loss back to the 29. A loss of 11 on the play.
We got to settle this thing down, churn out some yardage, and churn out some clock.
Howell, he's got Gibson getting loose. Nice catch by Antonio Gibson down inside the Miami 40. The great athletes in our game, as you know. Well, he's in there to block. Nicely done by Rodriguez to open it up for Sam Howell and Jahan Dotson. They convert on 3rd down. This is an interesting play for a lot of folks. Howell escaping, Howell running, Howell with another rushing touchdown. And a lot of folks are smiling for various reasons as Howell gets into the end zone.
Watch my man Bradley Chubb come off the edge. Watch him dip underneath Bradley right there, dip away from it, and then it's just run for your life, right? Because these guys are flying around. And
now 4 rushing TDs in the last 3 games for Howell. They'll go for 2 here. Drills back in the end zone. Nice throw and a good catch by Logan Thomas. Taken out last week in that game against the Jets on Black Friday. Looking for Hill, leaping up top, and it's going to be ruled incomplete. And a really good opportunity to finish off this win today and inch closer to that. Nice run here by Chris Rodriguez, rookie out of Kentucky. That's the 2nd longest run of his career, 15 yards.
And you see the fruit of that belief showing up here on Sundays because he's been exceptional.
1st and goal. Big in motion. Stafford, quick toss. Cooper Kupp didn't have the block that he thought he had. And he's pushed back by Cody Barton. Stafford pumping. Stafford, he's in trouble. Stafford's taken down. Deron Payne
That's going to be a sack. It's a loss of 1. They're down at 16. Rams showing blitz. Here they come. Howell has time, moves the pocket, being chased by Murphy, and Howell is able to get out of bounds inside Rams territory. Byron Young tracked him down. Jonathan Williams in motion. Howell drops back to pass out of the gun, steps up in the pocket, throws on the run for McLaurin. He's got it. And a sigh of relief on the sidelines. Kendrick was in on the coverage, a gain of 25. First downs have been very good for the Rams so far in this first quarter. 5 plays, 52 yards. They'll give it to Williams. Well, they'll take some yards away from that one. Well, he's over 1,000 scrimmage yards. The first running back since Gurley to be that way. Look at that stop and then that little jet to the left. He fumbled the football, and the Commanders fall on top of it. Kendall Fuller fell on top of it. So many games around the National Football League with some importance when it comes to the postseason, including this one. Here's Pringle. He's going to return this. And Pringle gets up across the 25-yard line. Second down at 5. Williams. Little dump off from Stafford. Stafford watches Williams fumble again. It's picked up by the Commanders. St. Juice knocked it loose. Cam Curl picked it up. Second fumble of the first half for Williams.
Defense. First down, Washington.
Wow. Higbee goes in motion late off the play fake. Stafford looking left. Shovel pass forward for Williams, and he is gobbled up. Jonathan Allen was in the neighborhood and just ripped him down, and a timeout called by Sean McVay. On second down, Stafford to Williams out of the backfield, and he is met as soon as he grabs it. Hudson, who's been playing for the injured Davis, made that tackle. So Mac Brown wouldn't let him play baseball at North Carolina. Howell going to the end zone. He's got a wide open man. Touchdown, Samuel. Back in the end zone, and the Commanders are on the board. A 19-yard touchdown pass. And he looked like a shortstop in the hole throwing that for a touchdown.
The tip of the 3 guys as he goes and he just stops. Little switch release, and then boom, watch the stop right there. And then they're going to run in. He's going to run into the end zone. And everybody stops. A little frozen.
Stafford on third down. That's a tough pass, and it's incomplete. It was Nakua. It was knocked away by St. Juice.
Played the position that kind of way and was smart with the ball.
But by the time he finished, he was a game changer. Because people wanted all their quarterbacks to look like him.
Brissett for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Throw it in the perfect spot, 29 yards. He beat Kendrick. 28-13.
You see the matchup that you like? A nice route there by Terry McLaurin, just going deep, and he just gives him a chance to go up and make a play.
One of the great things, I asked Terry McLaurin, I said, what sport were you better at than football when you were young?
Stafford pitches. Stafford's wrapped up. He's taken down by Payne. Now the Rams will be forced to punt with 5:45 and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. Brissett sets up in the pocket, zips it to the outside. McLaurin's got it, a diving grab. He's out of bounds inside Rams territory. Under 5 minutes to play. Down 2 scores. Brissett looking for McLaurin. He's got it in stride. And McLaurin is dragged down near the goal line. Touchdown, Commanders. There's a flag on the other side, but this, I believe, is against the Rams. On 4th and goal. He doesn't go to McLaurin, but he goes to his other receiver, Samuel. A 3-yard touchdown pass. It's 28-20.
It's a big question in the analytics community whether or not when you're down 14 and you score, if you go for 2, they're only going to kick the extra point here. If you go for 2.
Too many catastrophic plays have plagued the offense and the defense.
Simeon towards the end zone. Leaping stab at it by Wilson. But it is batted down. Well played by Kendall Fuller.
You know, there's nothing serious for Wilson.
Or can they just get some rhythm here for Howell? That's his first completion. It's Curtis Samuel. Sam Howell just got his first completion. Pitch play here. This is Rodriguez. And Rodriguez slips a tackle. Boy, he pulls a Houdini. Thought he was going down to the carpet. Tony Adams and Will McDonald had him dead to rights.
Still, I know it's going to be tough, but you've got to chip away and run the ball on this defense.
Play action from Howell. They set up here for McLaurin. Little screen pass. McLaurin taking on tacklers.
A personal goal would be a tremendous accomplishment in his second season.
Boy, little trickery here, but the Commanders weren't fooled. Wilson is lit up.
Pay attention to and take out Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen, and it just hasn't been the same.
Empty set. Simeon, boy, trying to thread the needle that time. First and 10 for the Jets. Bobbled snap off the hands of Simeon. And finally, the Commanders are going to get a break. Casey Toohill. Right place, right time.
You know, come out of Jamison Crowder's hands. We saw it earlier, and the drop that turned into an interception, and this time Trevor Simeon, yes, it was a high snap, but you know, Washington able to get that takeaway.
Jets will have the football to begin the second half, so it puts even more onus on this one for the Commanders. Rodriguez taking on tacklers. Rodriguez chiseling yardage. Touchdown. How about that effort? To cash it in for 6.
I'm telling you, I thought last week he ran extremely hard against the Rams. Had just a hard-nosed downhill style, and you had... I look at this secondary, and too many times their eye discipline isn't good enough to be successful.
Simeon's pass is intercepted. Picked off by Cody Barton. He's got some open real estate in front of him, and he is brought down. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle by Jason Brownlee.
And really Simeon, you see Barton right in the middle, number 57, and Simeon just stares it down. And Barton just reading his eyes, breaks in front of the pass, and then tries to take it all the way. If it wasn't for a really nice pursuit by the New York Jets, but one of the rare mistakes today from Trevor Simeon, and one of the rare, really good plays from that Washington defense.
You want to give the defender anything to hold on to. 3rd and 12, Brissett towards the end zone. It is caught. Logan Thomas for the Washington touchdown. 3 touchdowns.
I don't know how he squeezes this ball in. Look at, I thought underneath.
On 2nd and 10, 1st down and more. McLaurin breaking a couple of tackles. He's still going. Terry McLaurin chiseling his way through that Jet secondary.
They just cannot keep their hands on it, offense or defense, and special teams.
That's their 4th drop in this game. Handoff here, Rodriguez, and the Washington Commanders keep coming.
You're going to either hand it off to the running back inside, or you're going to keep it around the edge. The Jets have a player for Brissett. He hands it off to his running back, Rodriguez.
Handoff here. It's Rodriguez again, slipping a tackle. And look at Rodriguez leapfrogging the defense. So Jacoby Brissett, who came on with 6:40 left in the 3rd quarter, he's orchestrated 2 touchdown drives on his 2 possessions so far. Brissett here, boy, that could be a flag with some contact across the face. He completes. It's Dotson.
You run the ball well when you've been under center.
Instead, it's Gibson, and he pounds it in. Improbable. The Washington Commanders look dead in the water. They were down 20 at halftime. And Jacoby Brissett, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns that he has led in this second half of taking a lead.
Watch, this is just excellent double team block inside. Terrific, terrific job.
Called Roddick. Maniacal in his preparation. Wow, what a catch that was by McCaffrey. He's behind the line, and he's going to get swallowed up. Daron Payne made contact, then Hudson and company finished it off. It's going to be a loss of 5.
Got to run the football, got to get it in his hands, even in the passing game, as often as possible.
It is Trent Scott at right tackle. Here's Howell delivering a little high for Samuel, who makes a catch and absorbs the Ambry Thomas hit. It's a pickup of 6. The toss play, McCaffrey. He's got the block of Charlie Werner on the edge, but that doesn't matter. Excellent job of reading that play by David Mayo.
Been confirming it at post-snap, seeing it pre-snap, confirming it post-snap, and letting that thing eat. And that's exactly what Sam Howell needs to do. This will help.
This will help. Brian Robinson back in the book. A 12-yard run in his return after missing the last 2 games with a hamstring injury.
When you got to go out there and trust what you see and let that thing eat.
We'll get it to Robinson again. Good blocking for that screen. And there goes Brian Robinson with an angry, purposeful catch and run. Still going all the way down inside the 35.
Sam Howell has struggled here the last several weeks.
Nice to have him back, he told us this week. And a completion to Terry McLaurin, who wants to get going as well. He makes the grab in front of Charvarius Ward. Draw play. It's Robinson, and there's big Fred Warner. We'll set up a 3rd down and short here for Washington. 3rd and 2, right back to Robinson. I like this play call. Just give it to your best player right now. It's Robinson moving the chains and keeping the offense on the field. 47-yarder from Joey Sly is true, and Washington is on the board. San Francisco had to play in the wild card round last year. Purdy off the back foot. Oh, nice play defensively, cutting it off. That was Christian Holmes, who's in there for the injured Tariq Castro Fields. He stepped in front of Ronnie Bell, and that brings up 4th down. There's Steve Wilkes, who served as an assistant coach in Carolina under Ron Rivera for 6 years before finally getting a coaching opportunity in Arizona for 1 year before they moved on to Cliff Kingsbury. Pop pass, here's McLaurin. If you can't get him the ball on a throw downfield, get him the ball in space and let him go to work. He picks up a dozen. Howell, he's going to take a deep shot. McLaurin gets loose. He's got it against Diamador Lenore. A big gainer for Scary Terry. A 42-yard strike on 3rd and short. The young guys 4 for 4 on the drive. Now Brian Robinson goes back to work. He's averaging about 4 yards a pop so far. He was a start in Week 18 last year, and he has continued to start every game this year. Robinson again, the second-year man out of Alabama. Moves the chains. It's 1st and goal for Washington. 3rd and goal. When they've got to the red zone, they've been good this year. Can they cash in here? 1-on-1. Back shoulder. McLaurin. Touchdown Washington. In front of Ambry Thomas.
Look at this inside leverage. So what are we going to do? Fake the fade and throw it to the back shoulder before Thomas can get his head around. And that is a quarterback and a wide receiver.
Commanders could have opted to use a timeout and save some time with the Niners on the doorstep. Instead, the clock down to 40 seconds. The ball to McCaffrey, and it is Daron Payne getting into the backfield to make the stop. Chase Young, the number 2 pick by the Commanders in 2020, is on the other side, trying to get to Howell, who delivers on target to Curtis Samuel out near midfield.
First, protection to be able to hold up there and make that throw on what is essentially a double move there by Samuel.
Now Gibson on the screen. Good block by Nick Gates, and that opens things up for Gibson. Here comes Gibson again. Big hole for Gibson. And another big play. 3 consecutive big plays for Washington. They'll give it to Mitchell, trying to pound ahead, and credit to this Washington defense. They come up with a stand. We'll keep it at a 17-point game. David Mayo gets in there. See Sam Darnold. This will be his 9th game this season. He'll toss it to Jordan Mason, the second-year man out of Georgia Tech. And he'll get stopped for a loss.
62nd birthday today. He'd love to celebrate with a win, guys.
See what they can do. They start a little trickery. Here's Curtis Samuel. Gets a good couple blocks and a 1st down for Samuel. And that's a whale of a start on Coach Rivera's birthday. 32-yard attempt from Aubrey. It's up and it's blocked. Washington scoops it up with room to roll. Chase Whitaker's got it. with a convoy. Down the sidelines he goes. Still in bounds and finally taken out.
Howell running, throwing, caught, touchdown. It was bobbled at first, but Robinson held on, and Washington on the board.
And he has Robinson wide open in the flat, and he kind of caught this thing twice. He kind of bobbled it off his chest, and that was not a very promising journey based on those numbers you just saw. And
second down, chipped in the air, and that is intercepted. And I think it's Martin again. It is.
Harris is kind of wide open, unblocked, running right at Dak.
Here's how a little flip. McLaurin gets it, makes a man miss. Terry McLaurin turns on the burgers. First down and more, and he's all the way down inside the 25. Blitz coming. Howell stands in and fires, and it is caught. A dime from Howell, and McLaurin has.
They got to hope he's able to bounce back. They're going to need him come playoff time.
Little give, Dowdle. He gets wrapped up. Khaleke Hudson with a really nice play from that linebacker spot.
This is a shell of the unit they started week one with, especially on defense here in Washington.
Draw, and that goes nowhere. Well played. Hudson again was right there for this linebacking core. It'll bring up a third down.
Those are the rush lanes that they want to get back to here in Dallas.
Prescott on the roll, slings it underneath to Lamb, and makes the catch for nothing. 35-10. At one point, Washington had a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. Not anymore. Here's Pringle. Good return out to the third.
Is this the year they're able to get over that hump and get past the divisional round?
Pollard gets wrapped up. Khaleke Hudson made a bunch of plays today.
Rookie quarterback, first-time head coach, and flip it completely in 1 year is unprecedented.
There's McLaurin. Good move, breaks another tackle, still going. McLaurin will have it. He's got the 1,000.
Well, there you go. It's kind of gone downhill a little bit. There was some back and forth with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and he's looking to finish strong today.
Here's Robinson, straight up the middle with a good hole, and a nice run by Robinson. Howell looks to throw, coming near side, and they've got it for the first down. It's Robinson out of the backfield to convert. Antonio Gibson checks into the game for the first time at running back. They're going to throw it. Near side, McLaurin makes a catch, makes a man miss, and then works his way to pick up 5 yards against this Cowboys defense. 3rd and 10. Pressure on Howe, sets up a screen. Well, this could be a beauty too. Arma racing, and he's going to be close to a first down. 2nd and goal. Robinson, more trick play. Howell is open. They're going to sling it out to him. Makes the catch at the 5, and he's pushed out of bounds there by Gilmore. And so some replacements in, and a little trickery by the Commanders. Here's Howell, back loads up over the middle, has a completion. Good catch right there for a 9-yard gain to Logan Thomas. A lot of important games going on. So Washington already has gone for it 3 times on 4th down. They'll do it again. This time they give it to the back, and this time they've got it. First down, Robinson converts. Here's Howell. Stands in, gets it out. Nobody there to Samuel. Makes the catch up inside the 20, down to the 15, and right around another first down where it looks like he'll be close. We'll see where they put the ball. The dueling crowd right now. A lot of Cowboys fans here today. 3rd and 11. It's Howell setting up a screen, and he's got some room as well. It's Crowder, and he's upended short of the first down. Boy, I thought he had more room there, and the Cowboys closed that hole. 1st and 10 here. They roll him out. Throws on the run. Good catch on a bullet throw. It's Dotson again who delivers.
You know, that quarterback position has just escaped this franchise, as you saw by those numbers. And until they get that right, nothing else matters.
Yeah, Robinson, another hard-fought run. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short.
As you said, Vanderjagt and we've gone, long streaks. But his ability to be out there from a far distance and be that reliable is as good a kicking season as we've seen. I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah.
I'm